Salut YouTube. Ah, on est de retour. Pas une semaine.
Oh, c'est ça, on est le 21 juillet là. Bon
Oui,
anniversaire,
ouais,
Flavien.
ouais, c'est ça. Bah, non, on a tourné le 21 juillet. Non, non, ça va. Oui, on est le 27, les gars. Bah oui, vous êtes bêtes. Et... Oh.
Pas tout compris.
Ah non, bah putain, ah non, on a tourné le... Oui, on a tourné... Pas celle-là. Il y en aura encore... C'est encore une que tu croyais pas, du coup. Waouh.
J'ai pas la ref.
Oh, bah c'était quoi la ref?
Ah, c'est le tueur aux origami.
C'est joli les origamis en vrai.
Oh, pas la
House
ref.
fire, a bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address
Vicks?
is 650 North Hobart.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
I don't know what makes you so
I don't
stupid,
care. I don't
but
go
it
in for letting
really
gangsters
works.
off scot-free.
You got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
Du piment d'Espelette.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Si, j'étais là.
I want to make
Ce
promise.
qui s'est passé...
You know you've made it if you can get
J'en souviens plus trop, hein. Je vais pas te mentir.
I'm at a loss. We ought to get moving. Check out this house fire.
Can you drive to this one?
All the way. You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Ah,
Okay, fuck it. Forget I...
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
Well, the new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burnt to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
la fameuse entreprise de voyage, c'est vrai.
Moi, j'aime beaucoup les voyages. Encore un incendie
You guys better
dans
see
ce
this.
quartier-là.
I hope you have strong stomachs.
C'est étrange.
Oh bordel.
Je vais aller aux toilettes.
Oh là là.
Do you have a name?
Oh, sa mère.
Morelli, Mike.
Imagine tu retrouves ta maison
We
comme ça.
recovered a picture of the family. Okay. Anything else? To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert. Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't
C'est
scorched.
Pompéi
The
ou quoi,
coloring
lol?
around the fingertips is typical.
It wouldn't affect the thing.
I think the fire damage is
No.
post-mortem. I think someone moved him into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning
pas.
building?
Si, je l'ai là.
Oui.
What are they doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
It might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
Pourquoi Big c'est pas au courant? Pourquoi ils sont morts dans cette position? Non.
You catch all the good
Pourquoi dans
ones,
cette
Phelps.
position? Ouais mais s'ils sont morts d'asphyxie, pourquoi ils sont dans cette position là? Mais ils étaient couchés. Oh là 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 là, ça devient compliqué, pourquoi il a perdu son bras et ses jambes lui? Oh là là, ça devient compliqué à suivre, hein.
Nothing significant. Maybe if... No.
Ce serait quand même bizarre.
Junk.
Allô? J'ai là-dedans là.
Oui.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
I swear, this town
You
is
don't look
going
like a
straight to
fireman,
hell.
son.
Chanceux en vrai. En vrai, chanceux. Hein.
Looks like the same model.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you.
Hmm?
But now I do.
I'd like you to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven. Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Keep talking. Someday you'll say something intelligent.
Is somebody gonna tell
Wow.
us what the hell's going on?
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
T'es en train d'écraser
Whoever he
les
was,
preuves
he
là.
was wearing boondockers. I would know
Oh,
that imprint
putain.
anywhere.
Des Rangers, des Caldelon. C'est un militaire mexicain. Ah, de rien. Je peux faire profiler si tu veux.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Ah, la
Terrible
cabane.
luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
C'est pas lui. Mon suspect doit s'appeler Lalo ou un truc comme ça.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look,
Encore une famille
we
qui
were
a gagné un
asleep when we
week-end.
heard the explosion.
C'est quand même sacrée coïncidence, hein. C'est fou, hein.
Dans un quartier qui se fait racheter leur maison. Étrange.
Ouais, hein. Il a dit quoi? J'ai pas suivi.
Non plus.
Pardon.
Il y avait quand même un mec dans son truc qui fumait des clopes. Hein.
Écoute, utilise l'intuition. Ça doit être la vérité.
And then what happened?
It was like Pearl Harbor with bits of the house raining down. Blew out
J'aurais
all
dit
of our
doute,
windows
mais
to
bon,
face
trop
the
tard.
place.
Après,
On aurait pu faire un vote, mais bon, Flavien dictateur.
Did you see anyone hanging around
je
the
vais me
Morelli's
retirer
home
de cet
prior to the
épisode, les
explosion?
gars. Je vous
Nope.
dis à plus.
Can't say as I was looking out, though.
C'est peut-être une référence aux viewers. Oh, il lâche quand même un petit regard. Ah, son regard, je l'aime pas là.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
And I think you are off your rocker. How can you make an accusation like that? What proof have you got?
Ah. Empreinte de choses. Ouais, je pense.
I can see you're the excitable type. You shouldn't let your imagination run away with itself.
I'll have a patrolman come by and take your statement. Hopefully you'll be a little bit more cooperative with him.
Come on, kid. I'm doing my best here. You were talking about the competition, right? Catalina Island? I've got one of the flyers in the kitchen if you're interested.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece
Oh,
of paper.
oh, wow.
Complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields developments.
Oh, I see you already have one.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
I swear, this town's going straight to hell.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads in the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's at that end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Alors, je pense peut-être Rancho Escondido. Hein.
You're behind the wheel.
Allez.
Olive oil comes from olives.
Shame about Jep. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches. You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
You sorry sack.
Come on, then. Don't worry. I'll lay you out quick.
Oh, oh. Oh, finis-le, finis-le, finis-le.
Time for you to lose your teeth.
Coup de pied, coup de pied. Oublie pas les coups de pied. Oh, oh, oh. Allez, Clément.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Non, c'est un DLC. Oh là là, le parcours. Ah. C'est donc une énigme. Non, l'escalier, tu peux peut-être escalader la barrière. Là, l'escalier là. Ouais, là. Peut-être que tu peux juste passer sur la barrière. Moi, il nous casse les couilles. Bon, bah, tu peux pas, hein. Ah ouais. 3, 4 tout le quartier. On va voir les pompiers, hein. Ah ouais.
These poor bastards. They got every reason to be angry. You guys should take a look around.
Oui, bah, on essaye, hein.
Phelps! I think I found something over here.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap. If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Étrange.
You can drive. Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office. Would you like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
Non. Non. C'est vrai, Flav? Flavien Radix 2. Monsieur Bedu?
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
Pas, hein.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Non.
I hope that's all.
Et qui rachète les maisons aussi. Genre le tract qu'on a vu, on rachète vos maisons pour Nouvelle-Californie, c'est eux. Qui les construit, je crois. Hein.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Marc Emmanuel, le type. Il fait le rapport entre les incendies et ses prospectus de merde. Après, c'est vrai que si le mec il commence à racheter. Enfin, il met des prospectus partout aussi. Bah. Il veut se taper une barre ou il se passe quoi là? Il fait jamais dire.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, Every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Wow, mais oui. Mais oui.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son.
Attends 2 secondes.
You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Oh, bravo.
You've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes
Exactement.
so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Étrange.
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe.
Petit héros.
You're building these homes to some timetable. You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you think you can prove that in a court of law, detective? Every developer is under time pressure, son. On one hand, you got the investors who want a return. On the other, the purchasers who want what they paid for. That's business. Now, are we finished?
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for way bills, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Glad to be of help, officers.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Pas vraiment. Hein. Non. Il n'y en a aucun qui me rappelle. C'est vrai. Au pire, tapote ton doigt un peu partout et on voit. Voilà, ça tapote là.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Let's go.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Qui est Chapman déjà? Empruntez votre téléphone. C'est juste pour passer un appel.
Let's find a phone or a game well and see if they're still holding Chapman.
He wanted to move in together when we're not even married.
Your boss is a fine
The mess
man.
that was. Anyway, that's the cop who caught the guy.
I'm busy now. Can I ignore you some other time?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks for your help.
Bien joué à toi. Aïe aïe aïe. Il a pas mis le bon périphérique.
Oui, salut, c'est Valentin. Bon, t'inquiète, Clément, regarde pas les vidéos de toute façon.
You get the message about Monroe?
Ouais, bien dit Val, hein, surtout lui sa mère.
You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Il parlera en morse.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life.
Pas, il n'a pas fait
Our
d'AVC,
paths
ça va
cross
encore.
from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Oh. Alors Clément.
Clément, petite révélation de Val.
Il t'aime beaucoup.
Beaucoup, beaucoup.
Beaucoup de love surtout. Et voilà. Ça changera jamais. C'est toujours pareil avec ce type. YouTube, tant que tu es là, à la fin de la série, j'annoncerai mon propre let's play.
Waouh. Waouh.
Alors reste bien jusqu'à la fin. Ah, l'évolution mentale d'un homme.
Val, tu fais comme avec Pierre. Genre, comme si tu recordes dans ta voix au-dessus après.
Et
Pas comme
t'accélères.
si tu jouais.
Oh, bouger sur la route. Ok, alors on arrive bientôt.
Salutations,
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
Au pire, je peux jouer. Ok.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Encore du muskill.
Tiens, tiens, tiens.
Encore du muskill.
Étrange.
You look at this clown.
Et
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Flavien, le muscle, ça sert à quoi déjà?
On va faire boum, 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 boum.
Alors, pas trop. Si t'as bien suivi les épisodes. Il manque 8 balles, comme ce qu'il y a dans le chargeur. Donc il a une arme chargée. Hein.
Ah ouais. Hein.
We should revise the APP. He's clearly armed.
This guy's got a screw loose.
Alors du coup le mot skill, Flavien, ça sert à
tirer les moustiques.
That's the swine. Look at it.
Pour faire boum boum boum.
Eh oui, c'est un retardement.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit! He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Son of a bitch! He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Oh non. Valentin conduit, c'est foutu.
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. Suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identify.
Wow.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Oh bah je suis le. Hein.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down. Don't leave me hanging out here, Phelps. Move in.
Oh.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Il est armé, hein. Whoa,
Whoa. Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What
are you talking about?
The fires benefit Legion in some way.
C'est le pire.
See Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
C'est étonnant que Biggs le...
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives.
Moi je pense qu'il est
Anyone else
impliqué
but
lui.
you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a
Et
bravery
bizarrement
award.
le mec est mort.
We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a
C'est
bitch
bizarre,
Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Ah ouais. Ça serait vraiment mal vu. C'est Clément là, c'est RP Clément. Tous les jours une nouvelle meuf.
A letter from Lou.
Dédicace pour toi Clément.
Insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
C'est déjà fini? Merci d'avoir regardé YouTube. Val était pas là, mais on fera mieux pour la prochaine fois. J'espère que Val va revenir.
C'est quand même son let's play, ce mec là est pas là, donc on est obligé de jouer à sa place.
Vraiment chiant. Bon, je vais pas faire la suite du jeu. On va l'attendre.
J'espère qu'il va arrêter de faire son caca boudin comme